If anybody pops up in the chat room, we're wrong. I'm gonna let it roll for like a couple days. I'm gonna let it roll for like, good 30 seconds. Anybody pop up in here, we're wrong. Hey folks, it's your boy Iceberg Bricks, and to my right or my left, I don't know either way, is that guy BX Bricks.
What up? What up?
Mel, Jermaine Mel, BX. What's good, man? What's good, man?
Everything's good, bro. Everything's good.
So we talked
about that last episode.
Oh yeah, man. Star Wars was a big episode, dude. We in the episode 9, man, and
wow.
It kind of had a twist to it, man. The twist was nobody goes home. You getting sick of these twists yet, man?
Nah, I mean, it adds a little spice to the episode.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the spices that we've already tasted, but I mean, they'd still be bland if they didn't have it.
The sister Australia show had 3 people in the final, dude. And if you're down to 3 teams left, they had 3 teams in the final, and if you're down to 3 teams left, ain't nobody going home to the final, dude.
That's true. That's true.
Who you think?
Didn't they only have like 8 episodes in Australia, though?
I think so, but they only had 8 teams in Australia.
Right. So that kind of makes sense. We have, we did have a lot more teams. Yeah.
We had a lot more teams. And then, like you said, you're down to a final. Who wants a final with just 2 teams? That'd be kind of like dull, man, It's kind of dull, so you still keep it mixed up because you got to have a 1, 2, and 3. And so you keep it, the probability of the winner is still a mystery when you got 3 instead of 2.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. So Star Wars is the dream, man. They're loving it. They open up the doors. The teams are coming out. And, your boy Boone goes crazy because he sees that Star Wars theme out there. Mark goes crazy. Tyler and Amy go crazy. Sam and Jess. Everybody's going wild, man. I'm mad we missed this one, but, it was well-deserved for the 3 teams remaining, and that was like a reward build. I think that was like a reward build, for all the hard work that you've been doing. Here's the reward, which, Star Wars, a theme like Star Wars is easy, man. I mean, it's difficult, but it's easy if you're a fan.
Oh yeah, see, that's where I would have had problems because I've never seen one full Star Wars movie. I don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm. I got you, man. I got you.
But we can't just skip straight to the teams coming out. We got to go with the funniest part of the whole episode when my man C-3PO and R2-D2 come out.
Yo, C-3P. What did they C-3PO? C-3PO. I always get his name messed up. C-3PO, man. He's a real dude, yo.
Yo, he is not about games. But in all honesty, he responded the same way.
He tell on you in a heartbeat, son.
They're just sitting there checking out the scene all right, this is pretty dope.
Man was walking creeping out around. And that come out of creeper zone, man, up in the corner, man. They don't ever use that door, dude. They don't ever.
I've never seen that door in my life.
He came out of that creeper door like, hey. My man said, oh no.
Yo, and it's like the whole time we were like, Will's mad, stranger danger, but
right.
Gotta be cool about it, but no.
But who was he going to tell? He said he had to go tell the others. Who he telling?
Yo, he was gone, bro. He left and R2-D2, and he was like, peace.
Oh man, my man was Usain Bolt down that alleyway, man. He was gone. Oh, droids are funny, man.
He was like, oh man, I keep running into you. Like, what is this place?
Droids is funny, man. Droids are funny, man. That was wild, man. That was.
I was crying, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But your boy R2-D2 stuck it out, man. R2-D2 is a real thug, man. He go down for the battle, man. That dude ain't scared of nothing.
I mean, he had one thing where he ran away from Will. Like Will.
He ran away from Will too, man. What the hell going on?
Oh, man, that guy Will.
I remember when you had to run away from Will.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's doing some crazy stuff, bro. Like, he's a cool guy, but he's stranger danger, man. Like, every time we come by the table, we're like, oh, wait.
What's that saying go, man? You know, it was the meme that if you're reading this, if you're seeing this, it's already too late, and they show a picture of Bill Cosby.
Oh, that's not
I know I'm gonna get fired for that one. I'll get fired for that one. I probably shouldn't have said that. But yeah, so the first challenge is the droid challenge. All three teams get to build a droid. And it had something to do with Star Wars, or you had to connect it to Star Wars in a certain way. So you just couldn't build a droid that you seen from Star Wars. You had to come up with your own, and you had to connect it to Star Wars, which that's great creativity. And I think that you, my friend, would excel at that because you're into mecha. You were just learning how to do the power functions. You were doing them pretty well, I'd say. And I think that you would have excelled at this challenge, with making that droid.
But you would have definitely had to have taken the lead on that one. Like, let me know something about what's going on in this universe, and I would have pulled it together, and we would have been straight.
Oh yeah, man! It would have been just back at challenge one where I'm storytelling and giving you the vision, and you making it happen, man. So it would have been easy peasy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
I know for sure we would have definitely pulled those treads.
Oh, so, yeah. That'd be the first part to get these treads, because we're gonna make this baby roll. We're gonna make him roll. That's number one function. You might get an arm or something like that. I love what Boone and Mark did. Was some of their movements were like a little bit limited. They did the lights. I love that. They had the tread, so it rolled. It twists just a little bit, and were the arms moving on that thing? No,
it only had one arm.
It had one arm, right? And the arm went up. That's right. The arm went up, so that was movement. And then the tin popped open on the chest popped open in the front. So that's another movement that I could see us do, like something like that, where it was like a surprise, where we can we'll pop off something would pop off, and it would tell a whole different story. I think that was brilliant of them to do. 1 minute you're working, you're an Imperial droid, and then boom, you're working for the rebellion.
Right. That would I could see us doing something like that.
Yeah, I think that was real cool. I think, and they were really into that. Bro, I gotta tell you, man, I would have been harping on you that you should have took that trip to Disneyland to go see Galaxy's Edge, man, and you would have been so cultured. You would have been so cultured, and you would have thanked me for that, because that would have helped in this challenge. Those dudes, those Boone and Mark, they went down there, man.
That's true.
And being in the atmosphere is better watching the movie, man. It was much better than watching the movie.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just I couldn't pull myself to do it. Like, once we hit that bottom two, it's like, oh, come on, man. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't enjoy life anymore. Like,
yeah, I got you, dude. I got you. I understand. So Sam and Jess did the MP3. They made their droid play music, which is very, very. That's one of the culture things in Star Wars, is that, like, the Jabba the Hutt, his palace. A lot of his droids did things. They either serve or they were entertainment. There was a lot of entertainment going on, and I could actually see that droid, the MP3 droid, in Jabba's palace playing music. So they played that one very well. They had a little hiccup with the treads. It looked like that maybe the bot was just a little bit too much for the treads, and so one of the wheels fell off, and which made it hard to move a certain way. But they survived it, though. They survived it. I love the aesthetics on it, man, and the functions on it were superb. You just had that slight hiccup.
Yeah, I mean, it really spoke to me, because for the droid to be disowned by everybody, and it still try to persevere and get its hustle on, that droid had to be from New York.
Like the dude that bang on the drums on the corner.
Right.
Yeah, I met him once. Yeah, man. So then you got Tyler and Amy, they do Easy Peasy. You know, my boys, I love my boys, right? But I'm loving this Easy Peasy because the character, right? The character pops out. It's carting this blue milk to a server. This Easy Peasy would easily be in a Jabba's palace as well. Serving the blue milk. The blue milk is something like a foreign goat, like almost drinking like goat's milk.
Really?
That would be the equivalent to this blue milk, yeah. And the one of the last episodes, I think it was the Last Jedi. Your boy Luke was squeezing the milk from this mountain goat or whatever it was called. I don't know exactly what it was. It was a mountain goat, and drinking the blue milk. So yeah.
Sounds like a weird universe, man. I thought that was
not a good look for him though, but
bad look.
But apparently it's a delicacy, delicacy in Star Wars, So but your man like it raw, so he was squeezing the goat milk.
Let's go on to the next topic, bro.
Right. So Easy Peasy. So Tyler was having a hard time with this droid, man. He was another person that was out of their element. He never, the whole entire time he really didn't mess with the power functions unless he had to, unless they made him, which was like that first episode where everybody had to use the power functions and they had to use the power functions, but he kind of stayed away from the power functions. So when this came back around again, I could see, you could probably see him roll his eyes, or you could just say like, oh man, here we go again, So I get it, man. Power functions are easy, especially if you're not an expert to them. And so he was having a little bit of trouble, the teeter-tottering, because the droid was supposed to teeter-totter a bit. They hit the drama a little bit, mess around with the clock and watch his stuff crumble and fall and stuff like that. But that dude ain't never sweat one bit, man. He ain't sweat. He had that thing in the bag, bro.
That's true. It's true.
But the team that won that challenge was actually in their element, because that's what they live and breathe, that stuff, is Mark and Boone.
Right.
And so, I could see that going to them.
I was cheering our boys on. I was like, yeah, let's go.
Definitely. This is what I don't like about that episode, and not even get to the second half. Yes, there's a second half. I'd be honest with you, is that some of the quality of the builds, I mean, it was spectacular for what they came up. But if you cut the time on the build time, if you cut the build time down, you lose the quality of what could be.
Right.
And I think that's what you were seeing in this episode. Instead of trying to cram these two challenges into one episode, split them up. Do 2 episodes. Do 2 episodes, and or give them more time. Build time, at least give them more build time if you're doing that.
Yeah,
because they can still dwindle it down to that hour, no matter how much time.
Exactly.
Give them more build time so they can produce the quality that you're looking for.
Right. Now, see, whenever they do stuff like that to where they know that it would benefit, just the show overall, if they have better quality builds, they typically cut it down. So that they could pull out all the flaws and stuff. They'd be like, all right, well, like with the bridge challenge, like we're going to give you just a little bit of time because we want to see more things fail.
Right. And so, that's my only pet peeve of it, is that, they in both challenges, they had very, very little time. Yeah, even for the epic scene, the epic Star Wars scene, and I know that, we know, professional, and I'm gonna call them professional Lego builders that are on YouTube that do these Star Wars box by tables, tables lined up, and they'll run that mock for like 38 weeks or 30 weeks.
Yeah.
38 weeks, because somebody's up to 38 now. So 38 weeks, you asking them to do, let's say, for sake's time, a 20-hour build. into 8 hours. Sam was right. He was like, yeah, you asked me to do a 20-hour build, which should be a 20-hour build, into 8. And it's hard to do that because you're planning out your canvas, you're putting your canvas out, and you got to put all these details in, man. Because right now you're building epic battle scenes, right? So every details count. In the one team that really flourished with the actually showing the battle scene, and they really had not too much on the board, man. They had more Ewoks than anything, and that's your boy Mark and Boone. They told that story down to the T. Like they had Ewoks dropping from the tree. They had Ewoks with sticks, wooden sticks, banging on the ATST. That ATST was fire, bro.
Ooh, yeah,
no instructions. No looking at anything. They had their picture. And I think it was they had a little poster, but an ATST, no instruction, and it was bigger than the set one. The one from the set, it was bigger.
True indeed. I mean, I think that their build was just very visually entertaining because they had so much color and so many little details to look at. Every section of that board had a different story to tell, and the Brickmaster said, they really nailed, all the epic parts of that whole scene within one shot.
Right. So the one build that I would say that command presence was, Tyler and Amy's AT-AT. Now, again, another like a set that you can get it in a set, right? But there's no instruction on his AT-AT. No instructions. He didn't build just one write-up. He built 2, and he built the second one in distress, which was phenomenal, right? So I'm not gonna give you just one. I'm gonna give you 2 in a different position. And that's the presence of mind that Tyler has. Is that I'm gonna give you one version, and I'm gonna give you the second version. So it's like a 1-2 punch. Those things were larger than life, man. And for no instructions, man, my hat is off to Tyler, man, because that looked great. That looked real great. They got nitpicked about the explosion, but my thing is, it goes with the time again. Like he did that in 8 hours, right? Yeah. He did that in 8 hours, so that's going to take some time, even though it's 2 of them, right? They spent a lot of time on the other details, and they probably just threw that fire in at the last 2 minutes.
Because it's hard to you're dealing with an all white scenery with light gray machines, everything just kind of blends together a little bit. So the explosions really, you kind of rely on that to tell the story for you and just to kind of keep your attention on what's going on. Granted, the AT-ATs, they demand, attention because of their presence, they're huge. But I mean, the thing that I kind of feel about that is they did a phenomenal job, but everything relied on those AT-AT walkers.
Right.
So, if you take that one element out, then there's nothing else to really look at. And that's where I kind of feel like Mark and Boone kind of excelled, because if you would have taken out that
ATST,
the ATST, there's still so much more to look at.
Yeah.
So it's you can't really handicap that build. So that's, I mean, like I said, I think they did a phenomenal job, but I think that it was just, granted, they chose the scene, but it all relies on how dope you make those AT-AT walkers.
Yeah, and true that. And Mark and Boone, they were right in the element, man. You figure from the Battle of Endor to Timbertown.
Yeah, so they're very
trees. Those dudes knew those trees. They knew those timbers. You see what I'm saying? You laughing, but you see what I'm saying? They knew exactly where to put those trees and all that foliage and stuff. They were right in their element, man, because they built builds like that before.
Yeah, I mean, I think the flannels, they give them extra woodsy powers. The flannels and the beards,
Paul Bunyan, baby. Paul Bunyan.
I saw Mark on a roll of Bounty one day. I'm not sure.
Big axes and beards, huh?
Right.
So Sam and Jess, they're in the top 3, and they picked the Battle of Crate. And oh, bro, I'm skipping over everything, dude. I'm skipping over everything. Tyler made us a a snow speeder, man.
Yeah, that I got to admit is pretty difficult to shape. Like, you know,
Nope.
there might have been two of them. Was there
It was
one?
two of them. Yeah, it was two snow speeders, man.
Because one of them was tying up the legs on the AT-AT.
Right.
Yeah. That, I mean, that's a lot to take on within like a short amount of time.
Hold on to that because we're gonna come back to that.
Okay.
So Sam and Jess, they have the Battle of Crate. And you know, and they're going in underconfident right now. And they, you know, honestly, they actually build better when their back is up against the wall. When they start to doubt themselves a bit and stuff like that, somehow they pull the rabbit out of the hat, and voila.
That's interesting story.
But I want to tell you that this build, like Sam said, you're taking a 20-hour effort and trying to cram it into 8. It really showed. You know, it showed on theirs. It did. And so, but they got the Battle Crate. They put the red sand in, which separate them from Tyler and Amy's build, because now you got color on your board, right? And so now you do that. You do a couple explosions, right? Even though the explosions, you know, they look pretty random, which is good. And then they built a TIE fighter.
Right. That kind of just popped up, like.
Yeah, it really was just sitting there, though. I don't think I don't recall it doing any like it wasn't shooting anything. You know what I mean? It was just sitting in the air. But I say that to say, you know, the layout was great, but if you take those three builds, who you putting first and who you putting third?
I mean, out of the 3 builds, I mean, I personally like Mark and Boone's as the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would be drawn to the AT-AT because of the sheer size of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but like Sam and Jess's, I mean, I wasn't initially drawn to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like a little busy, but like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just it wasn't like well polished. I think maybe that's like if they had more time, it would have probably, I think, been up there with Tyler and Amy's.
Okay, so where you putting them?
I don't know. I mean, I would probably do Mark and Boone, Tyler and Amy, then Sam and Jess.
All right. Same. I had the same. I would definitely put Mark and Boone first. They had more colors. They had the foliage and the trees going for them, and they had the actual battle. So they used a lot of minifigures, and they were really telling their story with these minifigures. So they never lost that sight. So they were storytelling. They gave you the wow factor with that ATST that was larger. It was the biggest piece on the board, right? Yeah. Other than that one tree.
Yeah.
All right. So you got the wow factor right there, you know, and you know, it just, you know, I think that their whole canvas slayed this competition, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Hands down.
All right. I'm a fan of Tyler's AT-AT because number one, that's a difficult build. That's not an easy build by far. It's not an easy build. And he built it no instructions, which you should because you're a brick master, right? If you're at this time, you're a brick master. Not only that, you gave it to me one time straight up. You gave it to me twice in a different position.
That sounds really bad, bro.
So, and it does. It does.
I'm gonna have to edit that part.
Bad as it is, he gave it to you twice in a different position, dude. He did.
So,
hey,
I mean,
hey.
He built the AT-AT. Let's say
that. He gave you 2 of them.
Right.
They don't look the same. They the same, but they don't look the same. One's in distress and one's straight up, getting ready to fall down. He threw the snow speeders in there, right? So, and the only thing about the canvas was nice and clean and polished. The generators look great.
They did.
Yeah, the generators look great, just like off of the show, right? Off of the movie, right? And the only thing that you could say to them is that, you know, the explosion, right? You probably should have put more fire on the explosion, right?
And that was Amy because, you know, like she loves color.
Right. So they're in number 2, and I definitely would put Sam and Jess in number 3. because like you said, that crate is a difficult build because it's a white canvas, and you got to make sure you put that red sand in and explosions and stuff like that. And even though they had the sand speeder out there and everything, or that one vehicle out there, I think that they should have made that bunker, the resistance bunker, a lot bigger. If they made it a lot bigger, like that should have probably been the biggest thing on the board, because in the movie it was a cliff, like a rock cliff. You had to hang in this rock in this mountainside, so you need to make that mountainside big as life. You had to, and I think that if they spent more time on making that mountainside a little bit more terrainy and a lot bigger, I think they probably could have persevered in being the top person. They probably gave Mark and Boone a little run for it, because all the elements were there. But I think and what happened was, I think Sam's head got into it. He got into his head and he started doubting him, and it seemed like he was taking a loss, and it took a while for him to get put back up by his partner Jess, right? And so encouraging. I didn't even
realize there was a bunker in there.
Yeah, there's a bunker. Yeah, there's a bunker in there, because that's the resistance last stand right there. Yeah. And so but the judges had the teams Mark and Boone number 1, Sam and Jess number 2, and Tyler and Amy number 3. So if this was a elimination process, you would really tell me that you're going to send Tyler and Amy home? I think not. I think not. I think this is just the theatrics of a reality show. And I got to be real. Like, if I'm not real to my audience, man, then what we here for? You know what we're here for. I'm not here to sell nobody lies and hopes and dreams. But I think not. I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid, man.
No blue Kool-Aid?
No blue Kool-Aid, man. Not for me, man. And that's what, so you just got to be real. You got to, I get it. It's a show, and fantasy is a fantasy. But at a certain point, if you're calling this a competition, make it a competition. But it's not quite a competition yet. It's a show about a competition, I should say.
Right. That's what they kept telling us, and that's what I kept telling us.
About a competition.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're sending Tyler and Amy home the night before the dance. You're just not.
Wouldn't happen. Oh man, imagine if it was like an actual competition though. Like, man,
it would be very powerful, man. If it was an actual competition, I think your top 3, your final 3 would be different. You would have different people up there. There'd be different teams up there.
Like, could we create a demand for that somehow? Like a giant Lego tournament where
nobody wants the truth, Jermaine. Nobody. I want you to lie to me and give me a fantasy, man. And I want you to lie to me, give me a fantasy, make me hope and dream and think about what could be. Because on one hand, listen to me now. On one hand, you got Tyler and Amy talking about their plans
of the
future.
The money.
We'll just say of the future. We make plans of the future. They're making future plans on this show.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be kind of hard.
They're on there talking about their future plans. So at this point, there's no way they're sending that couple home if they're up there saying, we got the baby on the way. We want to get a new house, start life together. This will be great. How are you going to send somebody like that home?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's difficult for the producers to deny that. But I mean, the key thing is that Tyler and Amy used the word would. So, I mean,
yeah.
Can't guarantee it. I mean, it's likely, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would really love to see Mark and Boone pull through.
Yeah. I'm Mark and Boone all day, man. Mark and Boone all day, man. And this episode 9 showed you how real they could be. You know, it showed you how real they can be. You know, they picked the scene immediately and knew exactly what they were going to do. Mark worked on the terrain. Your boy Boom worked on the ATST, and they worked on, you know, the scenery together, putting the minifigs in the right spots. Hit the bunker, my man. They did the bunker. Done.
Right. Now, what I feel the viewers would want to know, right? For the people that, you know, would want to see us in the top 3, paint the picture for me, what we would have done from the beginning straight to the end. What type of droid, what type of scene we would have picked, and how we would have busted down.
What type of droid you think we would have built?
Well, I mean, like I said, I would have gone straight for those treads. So that would have been, I think I would have made something almost Wall-E looking.
Okay.
Something, because like we're really good
at for copying, man. So you know you can't do the Wall-E, because then they say, you know, you're copying again. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about with Tyler and Amy, right?
You can't say you can't do Wall-E, right? You can't do that like Wall-E. You know, and I get it. I'm a Wall-E short circuit fan, you know, because that's where
Wall-E. Johnny 5, you know.
Right, Johnny 5. I'm a Johnny 5 fan, and my droid would have probably looked a lot like Johnny 5.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to, like, we're really good at building characters that are cute and lovable. That's our lane. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, we would have just had to, like, work out the mechanics. It would have the treads. It would have told a story. It would have been dope. And it would have been colorful, too.
Yeah. What Star Wars scene would you have picked?
Bro, once again, I know nothing about the Star Wars scene.
I would have been able to pick it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have definitely left that up to you. If for any reason I had to pick something, it would have been something with tons of color.
Okay, I would have went for the Jabba the Hutt's sail barge, because then you had that Sarlacc, you had that battle with the Sarlacc where Han Solo is getting sucked in by the Sarlacc monster, and you putting Bubba Fett in the game. You putting the Bubba Fett in the game, and he's getting he's down in the Sarlacc getting ate up. You know, so we would build a platform probably about 6 to 8 studs high. And then you make that Sarlacc right there in the middle of that of the platform there that we done made. You have all those little teeth. Remember those little teeth parts, those little sharp edges, those white edges that you put in Lego's mouth?
Yeah.
We could have made the Sarlacc mouth with all those pieces there. Had some tentacles coming out. Put a couple skeletons inside there. Some rocks inside. And you put a couple of people getting swallowed by the Sarlacc monsters when they fall out of the little sail barge. Would have been perfect. You'd have made the sail barge. We had Jabba Hutt in there. You had Princess Leia in there. Everybody getting their party on inside the barge. You leave one side open so you could see what's going on. You know what I mean? It would have been epic. People shooting. You know what? We've probably done the same thing as Mark and Boone and showing the actual phasers getting shot. Man, you know what I mean? It would have been epic, man. You know, Luke out there, swinging the lightsaber, man. It would have been a good story, dude. It would have been a definitely good story. And matter of fact, I have the motivation to actually build that battle. I think that's going to be my first Star Wars mock. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I want to do that. The Sarlacc monster.
Dude, the dark side, like.
I think that's what I want to do. That's exactly what I've been trying to find a scene. I've been trying to find an epic scene because I want to do one. And I was trying to find an epic scene. And I think that's the one.
Bro, like you do Marvel and Transformers, like you don't go.
You don't want me to go to the dark side? All right.
No, man, like half of these conventions are just Star Wars. Like
you be a Jedi yet?
Add to that.
I can't be a Jedi?
No, guy, just stay away from Star Wars, man. Come on.
No Jedi dreams for me, huh?
All right. Marvel men. Damn it. Stop it.
Thanks for getting me straight. Thanks for setting me straight.
Give that idea to one of those other kids that's trying to make a name for themselves. Like, no.
I mean, that's the one to do, dude. Like, I'm sure somebody did it, but man.
I'm sure it would look dope. If you want to make like a little vignette, then cool. But
he said a vignette. Oh man, you trying to treat me like a Padawan, huh?
I don't even know what that is. I don't.
The Junior Jedi, dude. The Junior Jedi. Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, man. So now you got episode 10, man. This season went quick, man, and so does our stardom, our fandom. It goes in the blink of an eye. So you have the final episode. I'm not going to ask you who you think wins because we'll be leading people the wrong way when we know who won. So what I want to say to you is, who do you think builds what? What are they leaning most towards to? What are they more likely to build? The three teams you got? You got Sam and Jess, you got Tyler and Amy, you got Boone and Mark. Boone and Mark, what do you think they're more apt to build?
Well, I mean, they build like the modular Pylon type of things. Like that's their thing. Something very not mechanical, but like I know that they like to tell a story with what they build, and they usually have a lot going on. Hopefully it's tall because that'll be cool.
Okay.
But the whole gist of this whole thing is what, for them to just kind of build whatever they feel like building.
Yeah, it's whatever you want. You build anything you want.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like I would see Mark and Boone doing something like that. I would see Sam and Jess doing something very artsy. You know, that's their thing.
Yeah.
And,
like that fire hydrant, the mermaid coming out of the fire hydrant, very artsy.
Right. Like they really use their, like, if anything, like their strength is their imagination. So I think that, that's where they're going to lean. But the thing is, I have no idea where Tyler and Amy are going to lean towards, because they're really good at taking direction and then executing.
Okay.
But if you're doing just whatever you feel like doing for whatever amount of time,
right?
I mean, the only thing I could think is that Tyler's going to dig in his bag of characters and just dump them out on the table and make a epic movie or so. I don't know. Right.
Yeah, I think Tyler goes back to his roots, man. I mean, at this point, you can build whatever you want, right? He can go back to his bag of characters that he got, and boom, one character after the other. Man, if you want to build like Tyler, man, go to Rebrickable. His stuff is up on Rebrickable or Build Better Bricks. That's that dude,
Yeah.
So I think this one, I think Tyler and Amy would be comfortable, because now you could build whatever you want to build, right?
Yeah.
I think Boone and Mark will go to the stacks, because they like you said, whatever story they're going to come up with an awesome story, like that a real story that they know. They're gonna come up with a story, and they're gonna put the fantasy on that story and bring these characters to life, and you're gonna see it's gonna be big, it's gonna be epic. And I think that, like you said, you nailed Sam and Jess. They're definitely, whatever they're gonna do, it's gonna be artsy. It's gonna be their stuff tells poetic stories because they're artists. So
exactly, like out of anybody, honestly, throughout the competition, I feel like if anybody's stuff is seen in like a expo or like a art exhibition, it would be their stuff.
Yeah, totally. Both of them are into mosaics, and they sell $1,000 mosaics, y'all. So they know their stuff. Don't play them like they don't know how to build or nothing like that. They sell $1,000 mosaics frequently. So they true professionals. They are. So yeah, man, that's gonna be episode 10. A lot of surprises, a lot of twists. So I implore everybody to watch. Watch the finale. Australia season 2, it's coming April 19th, dude. What do you think?
I'm excited. I mean, I would love to tune in if we had a way to do so. You know,
download a VPN, sir.
Yeah. See, I'm not all like computer hackery techie guy. Like,
if you go to Google and just say type in VPN, they're all the apps will roll down there, man, and you'll be able to do that. Or call Amy Double D. You call Amy Double D, she'll direct you in the right direction.
Yeah, that's true.
You got a techie.
I'll find something on my phone.
We know a techie. We know a techie.
Yeah, she's like Lego female Iron Man. That's a fact.
Indeed, indeed.
I mean, if we could get it on my phone, fine. But I'm not putting anything crazy on my computer. I need this to make money.
I got you, brother. I got you. Yeah, man. I think Australia season 2 is going to be real epic, man. I see it being real epic, and they got, man, the bar was set high from day one. From Henry and Kate, man, that bar was set real high. So they the sky is beyond the limit, man. Like it's it's you gotta reach for the stars up at that point, man. You got to go somewhere out of the atmosphere to beat them.
I mean, I don't know how much we could dive into. I mean, because it's no secret that we all come back for the next episode.
Right.
They show us walking through the door.
Yeah, they see.
They gave us like a couple of minutes to really take a look around and see what everybody built. But I was honestly just caught up on just like saying what's up to everybody that I didn't even really get to see the builds.
Same here. I was happy to see all of them because, like you spend weeks upon weeks with these folks.
Yeah.
And you build relationships. So it was good to see everybody. And that's why I was like, I was just happy to see everybody. And I really wasn't glossing over anybody's build. Martin was explaining exactly what they had and everything like that. And I wasn't listening. I was just happy to see Mark. I was happy.
Exactly.
I was just happy to see those guys,
Yeah. I mean, there are some phenomenal builds, and I really hope that the show does it justice and shows more detail so that I could actually appreciate it a little bit more. But we'll find out, man. We'll find out.
We'll find out, man. I hope so, man. You figure you got these 3 teams, and this is their finale build. I hope that they spend more time on the actual builds, and I'm glad they piped down on the drama a little bit. So
yeah, I think America is happy with that as well, because I mean it's reality TV and that's kind of what sells it. But for the audience of Lego, we're not looking for that. We're more about the art of creating and seeing what's actually being done. So I mean, the average person, they might find that boring, but I mean, you gotta like at least stay true to your core audience and then try to dive out a little bit. But I mean, the people are over drama now. Like, we got enough drama in the real world.
Right.
Like, give us something to gravitate towards and make us feel good,
Yeah, definitely. It's supposed to be a happy family show, and I hope that a lot of families saw and was just entertained. And of course, they, who knows if they're going to make a season 2 or not. They're not going to tell you until they, unreveal everything and stuff like that. But I hope that they do make a season 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that it's a long running show. Because I had a great time being on the show. I had a great time with the cast and the crew and all that. It's a great experience that I ever got to experience. It's like one of them lifetime experiences that you would want to. And so I would do it again. I would, especially on what I know now. So I definitely would take another shot at it.
That'll be dope.
Yeah, definitely. So until episode 10, which is next week, we'll catch y'all episode 10.
That's right.
Episode 10. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and please like and subscribe to that fella right there.
Oh, over here, guy. Over here.
Oh, right.
There you go.
All right, I'm pointing the wrong way.
Somebody over there.
Because over here I'm pointing to nothing. I'm pointing away from you over here. That's crazy.
On my screen, like you're on this side.
You're on my right side on the screen. We'll figure it out, man. We got one more episode anyway. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.